beautiful morning in Lagos and what a day to be alive. In case you are just seeing me for the first time, welcome to my live session. My name is Bisola Whiteflower. I'm a real estate consultant in Lagos, Nigeria, and I help Nigerians at home and abroad to buy land and property safely, or generally to invest safely and confidently in the real estate market. So the major reason I decided to, stream this morning, come live, is because there's this frequent questions. There's this particular frequent question that something like why are people still buying in Lagos? I mean, why are people investing in Lagos? So basically, what is driving people to invest in Lagos? Because many people think that with the entire noise, how they say Lagos is bad, is a bad place to invest. Go and invest in this place. Go and invest in that place. Go and invest in your hometown. You still see that the Lagos real estate, it still did not crash, and I think that's what I want to address in this video. I want I want people to know the reason behind all that. There was this particular time they were saying Lagos real estate, the bubble will burst. Since when they've been saying all that, but you see that people are still investing. This is December. People still come to Lagos. Before going back, they still want to do something. I have about 10 points that I kind of put together here, and I'm going to share it in this video so that you will know that a whole lot is going on, and there are many motives behind people actually investing in Lagos. So by 12:30 today, I'm going to drop a particular video. It is already uploaded on my channel. It is going to premiere by 12:30. And what are we addressing in that video? Why Nigerians abroad will no longer get scammed in Nigerian real estate. You should check that video out, especially if you are a Nigerian in the diaspora, because there are a whole lot of systems that the government has been putting in place recently in order to, stop scams, stop a whole lot of delay and all. So in the recent events that we had, last Rera event, that is the Lagos State Real Estate Regulatory Authority, there were many policymakers, and the governor of Lagos State was even there, and there are many things that the Town Planning Association in Nigeria have been putting together in terms of approval, in terms of getting in fact everything relating to real estate. So that is why the videos are kind of in three parts. One of them addresses the EPPPS, one of them addresses the diaspora investments, the plans the Lagos state government is putting in place to avoid scams for Nigerians abroad, and that is the particular video that is dropping today. And then there is another video that I created on how to apply for approval in just 10 minutes. So that one is also coming. One of them is dropping today, like I said. You can expect the other one on Friday 5:30, and then the third one Sunday 5:30. So make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Like I said, I always post useful real estate related content, so the algorithm might never recommend me to you again if you don't take action. So make sure you subscribe, and for every video that you watch that you gain something from, please always like the video as a form of support and as a form of appreciation that okay, you actually gain something in the video, and your comments goes a long way as well. So now let's go straight into why people still invest in Lagos despite everything. Don't mind the way I'm looking. I mean, we are all humans, right? And this is early morning thing. So the first thing I want to say is that you see, generally real estate gives a hedge against inflation. In case, okay, thank you for joining the live, Portia Stevens. Thank you so much. Hi. You sent hello to me. Hi, I'm with you. I'm with you. If you have any questions as regards real estate, especially in Lagos, Nigeria, you can drop it in the live chat. I'm with you. I'm with you. 100%. Thank you for joining. So it is this is a very common statement that it gives you a edge against inflation. And let me tell you, that is the major reason many people still keep investing in Lagos. Okay, let's keep Lagos aside. Let's say in Nigeria generally. You should have noticed that when there is inflation, when everything gets serious, when everything gets critical, you see that your landlord is going to increase the rent. In fact, that is like the first sign for you to know that as inflation goes up, anything real estate goes up. Hi, Samad Bamilerin. Thank you so much for joining my live session. In case you are seeing my live for the first time, my name is Bisola Whiteflower, and I help Nigerians at home and abroad to buy land and property safely. Or generally, like I always say, I help Nigerians at home and abroad to invest safely and confidently in the real estate market, right? So subscribe to my channel so that you don't lose me, because you might never find me again. Yeah. So okay, I got another Daddy Marcus. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. I promise you, on my channel you will always learn a lot, especially as regards real estate. You definitely learn a lot, and make sure you stay to the end of this live session as well. You definitely learn a whole lot. So as I was saying, you know, from October 24 till June 25, a report says that the way real estate prices rose is over 150%. This is a sign that when inflation goes up, real estate goes up. And you know, Lagos is that place where people easily hit that jackpot. You know, when there is, you know, Lagos is the epicenter. In fact, when there is a new law, Adeniro Emmanuel, thank you so much. Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for joining the live. It's so lovely to have you guys around here. Please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I always post useful real estate related content. So, and yeah, you are definitely going to learn a lot over here. Okay, Speedy Roblox, you asked a question right now. What's your advice between owning a property and renting, particularly in Lagos? Owning a property and renting. I'm seeing this question from two perspectives. Are you trying to say that when you say owning a property, like a place that you can call home, and renting, living it out, like to generate cash flow? If that is what you are asking in particular, Speedy Roblox, I would recommend that you rent out. You know why? So first of all, don't let me be too general. First of all, I need you to know that everything is based on goals, right? For some people, they've been landlord for years, they've been paying rent, you know, and we all know how landlords in Lagos can be, right? And that is the part of the reason why people want Lagos State Real Estate Regulatory Authority to step in, and that is actually why people are, you know, asking for this, you know, agency fees, landlord just increasing rent abruptly. There are a whole lot of issues, right? So we know how problematic Lagos landlords can be. Some of them don't even follow. They give you quick notice without, you know, time. They increase rent without prior notice, you know, all those kind of stuff. If your goal is to escape landlord stress, then owning a property of your own, like a place you can call your own home for peace of mind, is not a bad idea. You understand? But if your goal is to generate rental income, that's why I said it all depends on the problem you are facing. It all depends on what you have on the table. It depends on your scale of preference, right? Daddy Marcus, okay, I saw your question, right? I'm going I'm going to respond to it. Please like this live right now as you are with me, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So right, as I was saying, it all depends on your goal. If what you have on your scale of preference right now is, I just want to have a place of my own, I just want that peace of mind, if that is what you have on your mind, then buying a property for you to live might be the best bet. But if your goal is to generate rental income, I want to assume you are still with me. Speedy Roblox, if you are still with me, please signify, let me know I'm still answering your question. And I know that some other people are also learning from this. So right, if generally, if you don't have any pressing issues as regards landlord, I would say that you should consider renting. You know why? When you own a house, there are some people who even consider that owning a home is like a liability, and I will tell you why they say so, because that statement is very valid. When you own a house, it comes with maintenance, meaning you still have to be spending. It comes with paying dues, you still have to continue spending. That's why many people still consider it a liability. But now when you rent, this is like the advice I can give. If right now you can afford to own a place for rental purpose, like for you to generate cash flow, for you to get income, I would recommend that you do that first. So from whatever you are getting in from that cash flow, you can now use it to finance a place of your own. I don't really know if that is the question you are asking in particular, Speedy Roblox, but okay, thank you so much. You are still with me, Speedy Roblox. Okay, you said, you mean, should someone buy a property at 50 million naira or rent at 1 million from landlord? Okay, if you have the funds, it is not a bad idea to own a place of your own. I'm telling you. But if you actually want to be smarter about it, you can get that property and you now put it up for rentals. You get, so whatever you are getting from your own income, you can now use it to finance a place that you can build. It still goes down to the explanation I gave earlier, that when you have a place of your own, you still spend on maintenance, you still spend on some other things. But when you are getting cash flow, the more you get that cash flow, the more you can use it to now finance your own projects. So thank you so much, Speedy Roblox. Let me know if I answer your question or if you need more clarification. Daddy Marcus. Excuse me. Okay, thank you for everyone liking the live session. Thank you so much. Continue to like, and don't forget to subscribe. In case you are seeing me for the first time, I'm Bisola Whiteflower. I help Nigerians at home and abroad to invest safely and confidently in the real estate market. Subscribe to my channel. There is a whole lot to learn, and there are a lot. I usually put out information, as regards what is going on. So it goes a long way. And please share the live, and whenever you come across any of my videos that you love, that you feel like, okay, you actually learned something, I will appreciate if you share to more people. Let them also know what is oh, Speedy Roblox, you have subscribed. Thank you so much. I am seeing new likes over there. I'm seeing new likes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so back to Daddy Marcus. You said, how much is it? Daddy Marcus, one thing I want you to know about real estate in general, let's not even be specific about Lagos right now, is that location is key. Location is one of the biggest factor that drives price in real estate. You will see a very fancy, standard, luxurious 3-bedroom apartment in, let me say, in a place like, let me use Ekpe for example, because Ekpe is like that is a location that is still coming up. You cannot get it for the same price as a 3-bedroom standard luxurious apartment in Ikoyi or in Lekki. So now the point I'm trying to, it is even as crazy as A 3-bedroom that is luxurious in a place like Ibejuleki will still cost you less compared to Ikoyi, let's just say a standard apartment that is not even you know. Okay, I have a new hello. Thank you for joining this live session. Am I reading Z Dove of the, you know? Sorry, I'm finding it difficult to read your name. Thank you so much for joining the live session. I really appreciate it. Please like the live session right now and share, you know, subscribe to my channel. You definitely learn a whole lot, especially as regards real estate market. So where was I was saying I want to assume Marcus is still with me. Daddy Marcus, yeah, a standard 3-bedroom in Lekki or in Ikoyi will still be more expensive than a luxurious, well-furnished, packaged everything in a place like Ibejuleki. So this is a sign that location plays a key factor. So Daddy Marcus, you need to decide on the kind of location that you want in order to know how much you need to bring to the table of Lagos real estate. So another key factor is title. Title plays a significant role. So you will notice that there are some I want to assume that the Marcus is with me. That the Marcus, if you are still here with me, please signify so I can know I am answering your question. And yeah, back to what I was saying. Another key factor is location. And when I said location earlier. Title. The title on the property or on the land that you are buying is another significant factor. So there are some places that, you know, let's say you want to buy a land, for example, if the title on it is government allocation, it will still be less costly. I mean, the amount you are bringing to the table will be smaller compared to C of O. Government allocation is a very valid title. You understand? It is a very good title. It is trying to say that, okay, government allocated these plots, meaning the developer or the person you are buying from. Damilare Ali, thank you so much for joining the live session. Thank you so much for joining the live session. In case you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Bisola Whiteflower. I help Nigerians at home and abroad to invest safely and confidently in the dynamic real estate market. So don't forget to subscribe right now because you might never find me again. And I always post useful real estate related content on my channel. Whenever you come across any of my videos, don't forget to like if you learn anything and share to, you know, your friends and families so that they can also stay informed. You know, the Nigerian real estate market is a very dynamic one. It's a very dynamic one. So yes, it is always good to stay informed so that you can do everything right. Like the live session as well. Thank you so much. So I was talking about government allocation. So a government allocated land is completely safe. It means that the developer or the person you are buying from, the family, has cleared everything as regards you know, government acquisition, you know, building on rights of way and stuff like that. So it means that land is safe. But the reason it will still be cheaper compared to C of O is because now a C of O, now you have the right to occupy that land. So now it means that title has been perfected. So yes, it is definitely going to cost more than a government allocation. There are some lands that are gazetted. I mean, they have been excised and they are showing in the gazette, that is the government's records, but they don't have a C of O yet. Those kind of lands will still be relatively cheaper compared to C of O. So the bottom line, I don't think Marcus is still here. I'm trying to answer your question, is that we are talking about price. You need to put location in consideration. You need to put the kind of title, and then the infrastructure. In fact, the infrastructure, we can still categorize it under location, because when you are checking when you are talking about location, you are checking the infrastructure, you are checking the topography, you are even checking the neighborhood, you are checking the zoning, you are checking about the community, you are checking the safety and security. Right? So don't forget to keep sending your questions. I think Marcus has left the live, but I am hoping he's going to, rewatch the live session. It will still be available once the live session is over. So okay, King Frankie, what's up? Good morning. Thank you for joining the live session. It's so lovely to have you here. King Frankie, let me know if you have any question for me. And in case, okay, Daddy Marcus, you are still here. Thank you for staying. You can always come back to rewatch the session. Thank you so much for staying. So in case there are more questions, we'll continue to take them while we continue to address why people still keep investing in real estate, especially in Lagos. Okay, Speedy Roblox, thank you so much for this question. What is your advice when someone is buying a land without C of O? This is a very tricky one. It's a very tricky one. And the reason I am saying it is a very tricky one is that the fact that a land does not have a C of O yet does not mean it is a bad land, right? It does not mean you are just wasting your money without a C of O. There are many lands, just like I mentioned earlier, there are lands that are excised, they are in the gazette, and some of them are government allocated, but no C of O yet. It could be an indication that the C of O is in progress. You understand? Because we all know that the Lagos State process sometimes can be slow. Things get mixed up. Some documents get missing, which is why the town planning ministry is coming up with a new way of doing all these things, which is the EPPPS. So the point I am driving at is that the fact that a land does not have a C of O does not mean it is a bad investment. But mind you, one thing you always need to do in order to know whether, because see, a land may have a C of O and it might still have issues. You understand? The reason I'm saying this is, there is always evolution, right? And things are changing, which is why people still need to stay updated, especially as regards real estate. There are many places that the Lagos State government revoked that in the, let me say, about 20-30 years ago, those lands are safe. I don't know if you get the point I'm trying to make. So, right, what if that land has a C of O existing for, let me say, years back, but now the government has revoked it? That's going to be a problem. So the C of O is actually not, let me say, is not the only thing people should check out for when they are buying lands. You get what I'm trying to say, right? Okay, Speedy Roblox, thank you so much. You are still with me. So where was I? So right, when you are buying, there are a whole lot of other things to check out for, even if a land has a C of O. You need to check your land status. You understand? A land may have a C of O, but encroaching right of way. In fact, someone reached out to me last week. A very pleasant man in Dubai reached out to me. He bought a land. That land has a C of O, but it is in the right of way. A road is going to, in fact, that entire neighborhood, because he showed me the land certificates from Lagos State government that shows right of way. That kind of land, in fact, there is a particular school in that axis. All those places are going down because they are built on a road that is coming to that axis. So that it is important that, like, a C of O is like, we all know that is the most coveted title. If a land does not have a C of O, it can be problematic. But the fact that a land has a C of O does not mean it will not be problematic. There are many things you need to check out for, right? Many things. They need to chat. Let me just give this as overall advice, right? If you are taking notes, there is need for charting by the Surveyor General in order for you to know the land status. Because even if it has a C of O, you need to know the status. You need to know if it is not on any, maybe railway line, or if it is complying with setbacks and all. If when there is water ahead, or let's say a canal, for example, or an open water, let's just leave it that way. You need to comply with certain setbacks. So all these things are things you need to check. But yes, when a land does not have a C of O, it does not mean it might be in progress. What you can do is you can ask for the C of O number. Like, you can ask if they have applied, if there is just a delay, or if there is anything that is stopping them from getting a C of O, right? But generally, the advice is, when you want to buy land, let it have a C of O. But don't let your investigation stop there. It has to be charted. You have to know the status of that land, right? So generally, get a C of O land. And in fact, let me say this: in Lagos or in Abuja, if you want to buy, make sure the C of O is in progress, at least, and do other investigations, right? But the best bet is for the land to have a C of O. That is, let me just give you that as a general overview. Let it have a C of O. It will cost you more, right? There are many places that you can buy the land for like 10 million, 15 million, but if it has a C of O, it will cost more. I'm directing this back to Mr. Marcos' question, right? Title plays a significant role, and then you see that C of O, it plays a significant role in the excuse me, in the entire land buying process, right? So let me know if there is still okay. Is there any tax law in place? Okay, Mr. Feromi Jr., thank you so much for joining the live. It's so lovely to have you here. If you have any questions, please drop it in the live chat. And in case you are just seeing me for the first time, I don't know if you're a subscriber or not, you should subscribe to my channel right now, because I always post useful real estate related content. I promise there's a whole lot to learn. And in case you see any any video that resonates with you, or if you learn anything, please don't forget to like the video and share to your loved ones, and like this live session right now as well. Subscribe, right? I help Nigerians at home and abroad to buy land and property safely. Thank you so much. I can see the like emoji, right? So Speedy Roblox, is there any tax law in place for land property in Lagos? And what is the implications of the new tax law 2026 on landed property? Okay, I love this question. Speedy Roblox, it is really fantastic that you asked this particular question. I created a video on my channel after this live session. I want you to check it out. The title of the video is the 6, how did I even craft the title? Lagos Real Estate New Rules for 2026. Learn them ASAP. That is the title of the video. If you check that video out, you are going to see that this question that you asked, I answered it in that question. I talked about the property tax. I talked about the stamp duty. Yeah, and in that particular video, after I dropped that video, I guess somebody reached out to me from South Africa. He was talking about that he wanted to do this buy, renovate and sell, all these speculations and all, and I discouraged him because of the new property tax. I told him that it's not going to favor short-term investments, right? The government is also trying to control speculations, and in fact, it is part of the things I'm going to address. I said I was going to talk about why people still buy Lagos real estate. Speculations is one of them, and I think the Lagos state government is trying to discourage speculations as much as possible, because people just make or some unnecessary profits. They just put some ridiculous prices and all, and in fact, I'm still going to talk about it. Actually, there are some places right now that are going for like 700k per night, for shortlets, because of dirty December. And they have their target audience, mind you. They are the IJGPs, those that come from abroad, right? They come to Lagos for their dirty December. And yes, by the time you convert the exchange rate, it is nothing to them. So actually they have their target audience, but I can tell you the government is trying to discourage it as much as possible. Speculation is not, it makes the market, it just creates some undue pressure, some prices that are way too ridiculous. We know you are going to make your profit in real estate, but sometimes people can overdo it, right? So in that particular video, Speeding Roblox, I addressed the Lagos State new rules, right, for 2026. So when you see that video, make sure you like and share and leave me a comment. Every time you see any of my videos that you love on my channel, please leave me a comment. It goes a long way, right? So in case there are other questions, I'm still available to take them. So where was I on the issue of why people are still investing in real estate? I think I was at the inflation point, where I said the higher inflation goes, the higher property markets, right? So inflation is directly proportional. I don't know if we have mathematics students on this live chat. When we say directly proportional, as one goes up, the other one goes up too. So as inflation rises, property, in terms of rentals, in terms of purchases, in terms of sales, it also goes up. But when they say something is inversely proportional, it means as one goes up, the other one comes down, right? Mathematics students. So for people that ran away from mathematics in secondary school, so right, aside inflation, right, another thing is portfolio diversification. And the funny thing, I have a particular video that I posted recently. You can check it out. The title of that video is "One Thing Every Real Estate Investor Must Do in 2026." But right now, because of this particular point, I don't want to limit it to real estate investors alone. I want to generalize it now, that one thing, because when we are saying one thing every real estate investor must do, we are talking about real estate in specific. But as an investor generally, there is something we call portfolio diversification. And it simply means putting your eggs in many baskets. So one major reason people still buy real estate in Lagos is because of this, because of portfolio diversification. I have clients that put money on mutual funds. They buy shares, stocks. They do agriculture. They have businesses. But you know what? Real estate is just that. It is a bulk of an investment, and that is why you see that the tax on real estate is always very high. Not just anybody. In fact, one of the greatest source of revenue for government is from real estate, because they know it is an industry where not just anybody can move anyhow. It is a bulk of an investment. People, in fact, if you want to say you are a rich person, that we are the ones there, I'm a senator, if you want to even prove yourself, it's part of the reasons. I'm still going to get to that level, right? People do real estate for prestige, especially in Lagos. Lagos is not just you have a land in Lagos. No matter where the location is, you have a land in Lagos, you are one of the OGs. So right, let's leave that. We are still coming back to that. So I'm on portfolio diversification. People invest in real estate in order to diversify. Why do people diversify in the first place? To spread risks. What do I mean by spread risk? You know, one of your businesses might slow down. Maybe you put money on, let me say, a stock in the stock market or in crypto, or and at that particular point, the market is just slow. It just means you'll be struggling financially. And when you are struggling financially, you cannot be happy. Everything will just be doing you. But when you diversify, you are spreading your risks. You are spreading risk. You put money here, put money there. So no matter what, people will still buy real estate. People will still buy real estate in Lagos. Real estate is indestructible. It is durable. It is a very durable asset, especially land. It cannot be stolen. That even if you invest in gold, or let's say accessories generally, it can be stolen. You can't steal land away. You can't carry it away. It is immovable. You understand? So if you lose your land documents, or let's say somebody stole it, or you lose it in an accident, or you can still get a certified true copy. You understand? So basically, it is not, because there is always this argument of land is a free gift of nature. Yes, land is a free gift of nature. It has been existing before any human or any. But you need to know that it is not land itself that we are transacting on. Land is free, right? What we are transacting on is the right to use, to own land. I hope you get me at that point, right? It's not land itself, it's the right on land that is being transacted on. So you cannot steal land away. If you steal the documents, the person can still get a certified true copy. There is a process for it. I actually got a video on that about 2-3 months ago. I have not even uploaded it. So you see that it choke. Things you are going to learn endless, right? So I'm still going to drop the video. I'm still going to drop it, right? So what are we saying? Diversify your portfolio. One way to diversify is real estate, and real estate is a very sure asset. And no matter what, all things being equal, there is always risk with every investment, but real estate has proven over time to demonstrate one of the lowest risks. No matter what, that your land will still appreciate, no matter the location that you have it. So somebody who has land is not on the same level as somebody who does not. Don't let them deceive you. Somebody who has land will always be better than someone who doesn't. Some people always say, even if the person bought the land when it was selling for 2 million and now it is 90 million, by the time you calculate the inflation rate, bro, the person who has land will always be better. Don't let them deceive you. And mind you, all those people that are saying, oh, I will not advise anybody to go into this, that. Don't worry, they have something they are cooking. Don't let them deceive you. So let me leave. So on the aspect of portfolio diversification, right, in my video, right, in that particular video, check it out. So one thing every real estate investor must do in 2026, I spoke about diversification by location. There are some people that after they bought land in Epe or in Bejuleki, I'm also a landowner, they just sit back and relax. Oh my God, your goal is not to just buy one land, it's to have backups. Because in real estate there are trends. Some locations they might slow down sometimes. So that means what's going to be happening? You will not have any return. You just be there. You keep praying. Oh God, oh this. And mind you, I hope you know real estate is illiquid. Real estate is not rice and beans that you can, sell every day, that you can buy every day. That is why people use it as a very solid backup. Real estate is illiquid. You cannot quickly convert it into cash. So now, if you are waiting for that land in Ibejuleki or in Ekpe to appreciate, you still need something that can give you cash flow. So that is why when somebody approaches me that they want to invest in real estate, the first thing I always ask is, what is your goal? This means you as an investor must understand your goal first before you now, transfer it to me. Like, this is what I want to do. For some people it is cash flow, for some people it is land banking. So all these things still goes down to diversification. Now, when we are talking about diversification as regards location, it can be within the city and it can be outside the city, right? Some people have lands in Lagos, Abuja, Ogun, Oyo State. In fact, those are the smartest people to ever exist. Because if you are hearing that, oh, something's going on in one place, it does not affect you. You just know it's only a matter of time before that one too picks up. You get, some people diversify based on property type. We have the residential, commercial, industrial, agricultural, and in fact, right now, real estate is all about trends. Right now, what is trending in Lagos is agro real estate. A situation whereby you buy land, instead of you waiting for the land to appreciate, you cultivate crops on it. If this is something you want to do, we still have 30% discount going on in Aroko Farm and Resort. I still have 2 of my clients that keyed in last week. This is December. Promo is everywhere. Take advantage. The price is from I think it's about 4.1 million. And my client, the first person that even paid, got it for about I think 2.87. And okay, one thing I want you to know with this agro stuff is that you don't have to be the one farming. You don't have to be the one cultivating the crop. You farm without getting dirty. The management is doing it for you. You can also, if you reach out to me that you want to do this, I'm going to tell you to go and make research. I'll give you the name of the estate, and then because I love it when people are sure of what they are buying, right? If this is something you want to diversify into, maybe you already have a house, or you already have lands and all, or even if you don't, but you feel like you want to start something too. So this is going to give you capital appreciation plus cash flow. So when you buy the land, the management can manage it for you, but you just share a 30% of your profits with them. They will even sell it for you. In fact, many of our developers have partnered with companies abroad. I feel like I need to do a video right now about the crops that were exported the most, especially this year in 2025, right? So that you can see that when you do agro real estate, there is actually a whole lot to gain. There's a whole lot to gain. You get your land continues to appreciate, and your cash flow too. And for every acre that you get, for example, our palm tree plantation, for example, oil palm, it continues to produce for 50 to 70 years. So this is something that you can even count on to finance your children's future. An acre comes with 60 palm trees that the estate is planting for you. They are planting it for you. An hectare comes with 150 palm seeds. They take care of everything from pre-planting to planting to post-planting to harvesting to selling. And they are going to walk you through the entire process if you want transparency. You know, once the profit is out, you just give them 30%, you take your 70%. And things about perennial crops, especially like palm tree, you don't have to replant. You don't replant. You continue to reap that return. So the period for the palm tree to grow is like 3 to 4 years. By the time you start producing, and another thing you need to take note of, especially with this palm tree plantation, is that the more it grows, the more profit you get. I don't know if you get that. Okay. The Motsuba, sorry, I'm finding it difficult to pronounce your name. Thank you so much for joining my live. Hello. If this is the first time you are seeing me, my name is Bisola Whiteflower. I help Nigerians at home and abroad to buy land and property safely. Or generally, I help Nigerians at home and abroad to invest safely and confidently in the real estate market. Don't forget to subscribe, find out to my channel. You will definitely learn a whole lot, right? Okay, thank you so much for your response. Thank you, Mutsu. Thank you for your response, right? Subscribe to my channel because the algorithm might never bring me to you again, and there is a whole lot to learn. I always post useful related content, like the live session, and share my videos to your friends. If you see anything that is helpful, anything insightful, I always post news. I always post the new laws and everything. Thank you for joining. Thank you for that trophy. Thank you so much for the trophy, right? So I was talking about agro real estate, right? And if this looks like something you might be interested in, I'm willing to give you 30% discount. It is still oblate season. It's still December. There is a whole lot of discounts going on, and so where was I was at portfolio diversification, right? And another thing, this one we already know, this financial returns and wealth creation. Pastor Olumide Emmanuel, he always says something, and this is something verifiable. He always say that if you check the percentage of the people who are rich, oh, we love you, I love you too. Thank you so much, Motu. thank you so much. There are many things that are common to them. First of all, only about 2% of wealthy people are salary earners. Only about 2%. You can see how relatively low that is. Meaning, your salary will not make you a millionaire. The chance of you. Thank you so much for the reaction, Motu. Your salary will not make you rich, right? And another thing he said, about 95 to 97%, let me know why it's 92% of people who are wealthy has real estate in their portfolio. There are so many people who become millionaires from. Thank you, Motu. Thank you so much. There are many people who become millionaires through real estate. So don't be surprised that no matter what, people still buy real estate. If you don't want to make money, though, if you don't want to build wealth, don't worry, it's real estate. Don't invest in real estate, right? Don't invest. You cannot become what you hate, right? It's real estate, and I can assure you, don't worry. So this is why people still keep, because everybody wants to create wealth, and one of those ways to sustain your wealth is through real estate. So anyhow, people continue to do what? People continue to buy. We have the rental income to generate cash flow. We have equity growth, capital appreciation, right? So now, moving on, I think I already stated 3 points already, right? Number 4, let's talk about security and retirement plan. Okay, I love you. Thank you so much. Much love to you as well. Much love. Security and retirement plan. You've seen how people fight over properties, right? Over people's, in fact, people that are not even entitled, people that are not meant to have a say, they always come to do what? To fight, to, inheritance. Real estate has that strong, it is something you can leave for your children. And this will take me back to the agro real estate that I mentioned. Imagine you having I think oil plantation will still be the best example for me right now. You have a land, within 4 years you started getting cash flow, and that palm fruit will continue to produce for the next 40, 50, 60, 70 years. This kind of thing, you are sure that, let's say you are 40 by now, in the next 20 years you are still getting something. This is a kind of investment that you can use to finance your children's future. You get your returns, you pay their fees, you pay your rent, everybody's happy. This is real estate. This is security. You are securing your future. It is a strong retirement plan. It is a strong retirement option, right? Business expansion and operational use. This is another reason. You see that real estate will always be in demand. It can never be out of vogue. Let's say you have a business and you want your business to expand. Probably it can be that you want to open another branch. Let's say franchise, for example. Motu, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Or you want to take your business to another city. What would you need? You need real estate. You need a space. So real estate will never be out of vogue. There will always be demand, either residential, commercial, and what have you. So there will always be people needing real estate. There are some basic things that you need in life. Without it, you cannot survive. One of them is food, right? Food. What other one? Anybody wants to tell me that? Food, water. What other things do you need to survive as human? Clothing, right? What other things do you need to survive? Shelter. That's real estate. People will always need a place to sleep, a place to run their business. So don't be surprised. No matter what, there will always be demand. So you see why people still keep on investing. Because people will always need it. People will always do. So, right, business expansion and operational use. Another reason people keep on investing in Lagos real estate, for psychological and lifestyle motive. Hey! Everybody wants to show they are there. The fact that you have an investment in Lagos, you have a real estate investment in Lagos, Pardon me, you are one of the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. Especially now, real estate is no longer for anybody, especially in Lagos. So there is this form of satisfaction that you get that yes, I also own something in Lagos, for that matter, no matter where the location is. You want to show them you are there. Peer pressure, your friend cannot even. It's real estate that can give you that kind of bragging, that kind of vibe. So, right, I think I said something like that earlier. If people want to show that they are actually big on anywhere, one of the things they will say is that I own real estate investments. So that's psychological and lifestyle satisfaction that comes with owning real estate, especially in Lagos. So don't deceive yourself. These are the things that are driving the Lagos State real estate investments. People will always buy. People will always invest. It gives prestige. Real estate gives prestige. And we also need real estate for social and community development. That is another thing driving the market. We need police stations. We need churches. We need mosques. Can we build them in the air? Yes, we can, but it will come with a whole lot of other big. So people need land. Don't be surprised. No matter what, people need land. If two people are getting married today, especially now that we are in the modern era, the chances of them planning to stay in their parents' house and marry wife, have children, some people still do it, but it is likely not a long-term goal. If two people are getting married today, they need their own new space. They are looking for space to rent. When they start having children, maybe they start with Motu, okay, do you have a question for me? I'm with you, Motu. Let's say they start with a self-contained. Or, thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for the love. I love you too. Thank you for joining my live session. Don't forget to subscribe. They need, from self-con, they might need a mini flat. As the family grows bigger, they might need a 3-bedroom flat, 2-bedroom flat. You see? So these are the factors driving real estate investments. We want to build mosques, we want to build churches, police stations, stadiums. You see, the demand will always be there. In fact, if we want the prices of real estate to reduce in Lagos, it means you need to tell more people to stop coming to Lagos. But as long as people keep coming to Lagos, fighting for space, I'm sorry. Real estate will always be in demand. Thank you so much for the trophy. Thank you so much for the trophy. Thank you so much. Okay, what else have I not addressed? Leverage opportunities. Yes, real estate gives you leverage. Okay, let's even think of it in terms of collateral. If you want to get some loans, part of the things that is going to give you leverage is having a real estate investment. Let's not deceive ourselves. There's also the tax benefits and tax incentives. Do you know there are some people that, let me give the developer of Lekki Havana as an example. Lekki Havana is a very popular estate, especially this year. It's even won an award. The developer of Lekki Havana is Zealous Homes, a member of Zealous Group International. Lekki Havana did infrastructure all the way from Lekki Epe Expressway, from Elerongbe Junction down to the front of their estate. It is the government's duty to provide infrastructure, right? But because now somebody owns an estate and is building that kind of infrastructure, don't you think the government is going to give the person a tax rebate? But what do we call tax rebate? There are two ways of, if you don't want to pay tax, there are two ways. There is the legal way and the illegal way. The illegal way, if you are found out, you are going to pay a fine or you go to jail. That is what they call tax evasion. Like when you give a wrong information to the government because you don't want to pay tax, or when you deliberately ignore to pay tax, or when when you undervalue your all those. That is tax evasion. But there's another one that they call tax avoidance. Tax avoidance is legal. Motu, you are leaving the live session. Thank you so much for joining. It is so wonderful to have you here. Subscribe to my channel. I always post useful real estate related content. And if this is the first time you join my live, my name is Bisola Wildflower. I help Nigerians at home and abroad to invest safely and confidently in the real estate market. Mr. Feromi, you're back. Thank you so much. If you have questions for me, drop them in the live chat. I'll definitely answer them all before ending the live chat. So now we are talking about the tax evasion and tax avoidance. Okay, Mr. Feromi, I have a question. Okay, where am I from? Do you mean where I am carrying out this live session, or you are asking for my origin? Definitely, this is Nigeria. I am presently in Lagos, Nigeria. I am holding this live as well in Lagos, Nigeria, and that was why I said I am in Lagos. I'm a real estate consultant, and I'm based in Lagos. I give advice to people if they want to invest, and if they have issues, if they have questions, they can always reach out to me, although that comes at a fee, right? I offer I have my free sessions, just like the videos that I put out, and this kind of live sessions where I let people bring in their concerns, where I answer the questions for free. But for a personalized service, I have AMA, Ask Me Anything personalized service for people who have issues with their real estate investments, and I charge $50 for 90 days. That's 3 months, meaning for the next 3 months, if you subscribe to my consultation, you have me for the next 3 months, right? So if this looks like anything you want, or you have someone you want to refer to me, of course, my WhatsApp contact is on my profile. When you open my channel, I have my YouTube banner there. I have my details there. You can check me out on LinkedIn. I have a public profile. You can check out Abdulaziz M. Bisola on LinkedIn, on Instagram. ABC Trust. ABC Trust is the business name. That's the name of the real estate consultancy and agency, right? Okay, I got another question here. Please, what's the difference between Nigeria government and US government? For there to be a comparison, right, there has to be expertise. And I'm a real estate consultant. I'm not into politics, so this is not a kind of question I can provide answer to, right? All the questions I answer has to be real estate related. So I don't know how the US government operates over there, and I cannot misinform people, right? So moving on to tax benefits and tax incentives. I talked about the tax evasion